Hello everyone, welcome back. shortNature here. In today's video, we'll discuss the Destiny 2 charity stream that reveals some big things that are coming into Beyond the Light on September 22nd of 2020. If you guys didn't hear the news, CYBERPUNK 2077 has pushed back from September 17th through November 19th, which is a big relief for us as a franchise because having Destiny 2 Beyond the Light and having that most anticipated game of 2020 playing together in September was going to be a big downer for me. So I'm really glad that they pushed it back. And of course, with all this pandemic and everything going on, maybe it's probably best for the game itself. Anyways, not to talk about that in this video. We're talking about some major news that we got from the charity stream. So this week at Bungie's article came out a little bit early, and we will discuss that at the end of the portion of this video. But most importantly, I want to talk about something that is finally returning back to Destiny 1 days. At $400,000, Bungie brought Lou Smith on to reveal one of the exotics that is returning in Beyond the Light, and the weapon is framed hand cannon, and you know it, the Hawkmoon. One of my favorite hand cannons to really use in PvP when PvP in Destiny 1 days didn't have skill-based matchmaking, and I'm looking forward to it now in Destiny 2 where we don't have skill-based matchmaking to finally use my favorite hand cannon. Everybody had the Lunar Howl and this and that. I had the Hawkmoon. The Hawkmoon was one of my favorite Destiny 1 weapons to really use, and I'm thinking about re-downloading Destiny 1 just to play with this hand cannon, and I'm really looking forward to using it in Beyond the Light, slay some enemies and some guardians in the Crucible with my favorite hand cannon, the Hawkmoon. And of course, they reveal at 300,000 a brand new legendary weapon coming into Beyond the Light. So far, we don't know the name of it, but a lot of people are guessing it could be a trace rifle, maybe a pulse, could be a scout rifle. I don't know. I'm gonna go with a scout rifle in my honest opinion. It looked like that scout rifle built. And then again, it could be a shotgun, so you never know. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really, in Beyond the Light, I really can't wait to play this game at this point. I'm looking forward for this, guys. You don't understand. Having the Hawkmoon finally return to Destiny 2, I'm really excited for it. I know a lot of people might not like the whole returning exotic weapons and everything like that, but when you look at the Destiny 2 content vault, what we mentioned in the last video, I mean, when you look at it, I think a lot of people kind of miss the old ways of Destiny 1 days with exploring the Chroma drones and all that stuff, because it had a lot of secrets and everything, and having, you know, content rotating each season. I think it would be best for Destiny 2. Like they mentioned, Destiny 2 is too big right now. The complexity of the game is too large to handle. Yes, I understand on PC it may handle it, but with these new consoles and everything, we don't know how much terabyte the console is going to have. I think the announcements are 2 terabytes at least for both consoles, for the next gen consoles at least. So, you know, I completely understand that it's too complexity, and a lot of bugs and issues and beavers and all that stuff is causing the game to crash, and I completely understand that. But for me personally, I don't really have a problem with having reused content coming back into another franchise, because, you know, I know a lot of people have that argument, but at the same time, when you look at Call of Duty, for example, and I'm a big Call of Duty player, and I love Call of Duty. It's not going to stop me from not playing it, but I took a pause on it. But when you look at Call of Duty at this point, and you're seeing all the reused maps that they have in the game, a lot of people didn't complain about it. A lot of people feel like, yeah, that's pretty good. I did like this map in the Modern Warfare days, and I'm glad that it's returning back. I mean, I understand in the Destiny community, it might be hard to understand, but when you look at other communities, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's reusing the content that they had, put it into next-gen consoles because people like those contents. And having redesigns and remappings of something, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. If it's 10 times better in here, fine, okay. But it's a more bigger discussion to talk about that, about how we feel about reused content coming back into Destiny 2. But at the end of the day, every video game franchise does it. They always use some reused content at the point. So that's just me. Anyways, that was the major news that was coming out to that stream. If you guys do know, they're having a charity stream for St. Jude. I will leave the link in the description down below so you guys can donate. They're having a tons of live streams from the Destiny 2 community, contributing to help the St. Jude community. I think I left it at 4 million. It's probably at 5 million at this point. So, you know, take the time in your daily life. If you have $1, $5, or 10 to really donate, go right ahead. This week's article kind of mentioned some things like I said, the marathon charity streams, and this is what you get for the Bungie donations incentives. This is what contributors will get and all that stuff at a level. So, you know, just see what you can do. If you can donate 1,000 and get the Beyond the Light soundtrack, go right ahead. Collector's edition, which is out of stock right now, that is at 2,000. Right now, they do not have any more for the collector's edition. So go right ahead, look at what you can see, you contribute, and just go on from there. Let's talk about what's in this week's article. Now, I've kind of skimmed through this week's article to see what's going on, and it's basically talking about some things and some updates and some upcoming hot fixes that had to fix in the game between Tuesday and yesterday until today. The biggest thing that I kind of took out of this is the sprinting on the controller will cancel if clicked again, and they tell you the truth, they fixed it. Thank God, because that was really annoying for controller. For me on PC, I don't know for console if you guys, you know, notice any difference, but for me on Hunter, on my PC when I'm playing it on the controller, it was annoying. Like, you're trying to run, especially when you're in PvP and you're trying to sprint to the next map and it's canceling as you're doing it. It was very aggravating, and they fixed it. Now, if you guys do know, the Beyond the Light pre-order bonuses are still available along with the Season of the Rival. Make sure you guys check that out. When you pre-order Destiny 2, Beyond the Light players were granted access to a multiply in-game bonuses. Can't even read right now. All editions, meaning an exotic ghost shell, a legendary emblem, deluxe, and of course the collector's edition, you get an exotic freeze tag emote that you see on your screen. This is what you get with your pre-order bonuses when you pre-order Beyond the Light. That is going to be available on September 22nd. These items are available, of course, at the tower with Master Rule after you place your pre-order. If you pre-order the collector's edition through Bungie store, a code for those pre-order incentives will be emailed to you within 24 to 48 hours. If you're pre-ordering any editions through Xbox, please be sure to download Destiny 2 Beyond the Light pre-order pack and Destiny 2 Beyond the Light exotic emote package prior to signing into Destiny 2. Pre-order items will not be available until this is installed. You may need to close your game application and relaunch. Those items are not available after installing above mentioned packages. Destiny 2 Beyond the Light should be available on the PlayStation later today, June 18th, which is today. Stay tuned for the Bungie for updates. So if you guys are PlayStation, I know I had a lot of PlayStation fans asking me in the previous Beyond the Light pre-order editions guide. They were asking me, where is the pre-order? It's not on PlayStation. It's available today. So if you're one of those people who is looking for those editions on PlayStation, it's available today. Make sure you just stay tuned for Bungie at Bungie Help on Twitter, and of course Bungie for more details and information. Now, if you guys do remember, on Tuesday and definitely on Monday, the Forge matchmaking update has been changed. We implement a change to the Forge activities where players are now returning to orbit after completing the activities. These changes has implemented after seeing a large amount of players entering the activities and being inactive and ruining the experience for other players. Right now, nobody's not playing Forge right now. It wasn't ruining the experience because the Beyond the Light players, or the new Light players, whatever you want to call them, was doing the exact same thing as the veteran players. So it wasn't ruining the experience for those people. But Bungie decided to implement those changes and not to cause harm to those players who are doing their Forge activities to get, different hand cannons and stuff like that, and their auto rifles. So they had to make those changes. So thank you, Bungie. I really appreciate that, unfortunately. Raid gear and max power levels. In our May 4th this week's article at Bungie, we announced that gear will be beginning to have max power levels starting in the season of their arrivals, but the weapons and armors from the Last Wish raid and the Guardian of Salvation raids has been granted exceptions. Currently, this gear does not indicate that, but it will be future updated. Both armor and weapons from the Last Wish and the Guardian of Salvation will be updated retrospectively with the season of arrival watermark, and will have the season 14 max power level. So look forward to that in that case, and players can read more about the max power levels in our help article, which I will leave in the location in the description down below. Upcoming updates and hot fixes. On Tuesday, we have issued a server-side fix to resolve the few issues. Players were not receiving the appropriate amount of twisted energy after unlocking the Umbrella enhancement. Second, focus Umbrella engrams could sometimes decrypt at a higher level or higher power than intended. They made those fixes and changes, unfortunately. So that really sucks. The Prime engrams, we were warning Warlocks with Hunter armor. They're going to make those changes and fixes. And earlier today, releasing the hotfix of 2.9.0.1. This is what they're fixing. Just like we mentioned early in the video, the sprinting on the controller would cancel if clicked. We're still investigating issues. Other controller remapping issues, have listed them in this thread. And like I mentioned, the Prime engrams were awarded Warlocks with Hunter armor, which really sucks because most of the people in the community do not like the Hunters. Umbrella engrams could not be removed if a player had a full inventory but had a complete of the season arrival introduction quest. Players in the state can now remove those engrams. Next Tuesday, we will release the hotfix of 0.2. More details were provided soon. So that was the update for this week's article at Bungie. They kind of just mentioned some hot fixes that they needed to fix, and that was basically was mentioned in the article. The most biggest news coming out of this was the Hawkmoon returning to Destiny 2, and I'm really looking forward for that. And Beyond the Light, I really cannot wait. We have 95 more days until season 12 and year 4 starts. So we have a good short months coming in ahead, because we got July, June's almost over, September's right around the corner. So I'm really looking forward to finally having my Hawkmoon back into my hands. I can't wait. If you'd like to see more Destiny 2 videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Share today's video and remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for notification on my next video. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.